Hello guys, welcome back onto the channel and into one more 1 minute gap challenge in Forza Horizon 3. This is a really nice one. All of the other videos that I've done in these challenges in Forza Horizon 3, I did the voiceover while I was playing the game. And I find that it's kind of difficult to get good races out of that because you never know when you're gonna get some of these races. And it's kind of difficult, but this one is a pre-recorded one. I actually selected it out of a bunch of races that I've done over the past few days, and I know that for a fact this is a really nice one. So for those of you who didn't watch any of my other videos on these challenges, basically this challenge consists of me allowing the first place to develop a full minute gap on me, and once he reaches the full minute, we're gonna go uh, we're gonna go for it and try to reel him in, or at least finish within the time limit. And I'm gonna miss a bunch of checkpoints on purpose. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes just to give him enough time to develop the gap. So I'm gonna speed up the video and I'm gonna be back as soon as he reaches the minute gap that we're looking for. Alright, so he has developed a minute and 2 seconds gap over me. There are 5 races in total in this race, which is gonna be really interesting because usually I do these challenges with only one person, and the other ones either leave the lobby during the race, or just one person decides to join into the race and do the race. But somehow we managed to get 4 more people to do this race, which is gonna make things a lot more interesting. I'm driving the Porsche 918 Spider. This is a really nice car uh, for Goliath, the track that we're driving on, the Goliath circuit. And the reason for that is because this car, it may lack a little bit in the straight line speed, as you can tell by the speedometer. It doesn't reach the 400 kilometers per hour as most of these other cars in this class does, and I just made a mistake there, which is going to cost me quite a bit. But this car can take corners at a ridiculous fast speed, and man, I think this is probably the fastest car around the corners in S2 class by a large margin, especially so when you compare to some of the other cars. And there are many corners around this track where you actually need to brake or at least let off the gas for a couple seconds or a couple temps. And with this car, you don't. You can pretty much take most of these corners flat out, save for a few exceptions. We're about to catch up to the guy in 4th place. This is, I think, the slowest guy in this race. I don't know what the hell he did there, but he ended up going off the track at a very weird spot. He wasn't supposed to go left. I would have expected him to go off the track on the right, not on the left. That's, I don't know, goes against the flow of that corner. But it doesn't matter. We're up in 4th place. We still have a 53 second gap to catch up to. And this guy, I think I think all the 3 guys in front of me, they are fairly quick guys, as you're gonna see throughout the entire race. It's not gonna be that easy for me to catch up to them. But somehow, thanks to our cornering ability and our cornering speed, we managed to drop a couple seconds between the first place. But as you're gonna see over this straight line, we can't compete. This car simply doesn't have the straight line speed to keep up with the other guys, but that's fine because we have plenty of other tricky sections around this track that we're gonna be able to capitalize on, and hopefully shave a couple seconds off the first place. I think the first place is driving the Lamborghini Centenario. I'm not entirely sure. I forgot to check the car list when we were about to start the race. But it doesn't matter. We're gonna be able to see who was driving which car by the end of this race anyway. And now the straight the straight section is over, and we're about to reach the city section, which is the one that we're gonna be able to shave the most seconds off. Now this corner here is very important that you don't floor as you come out of that one, because otherwise you're gonna slide and lose quite a bit of time. And since that corner leads into a fairly long, fairly straight section, it's not advisable that you lose speed coming out of the corner. This guy apparently makes a mistake and he goes a little bit too wide in here. Maybe he got a little bit tense that there was someone behind him about to overtake him. And we're up in third place. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Yeah. But this corner here, he needed to brake and we don't. In most cars you needed to brake over that section, but you can take this one pretty much flat out, actually flat out with this car. Now this is a tricky section to brake. I tend to brake in two stages in this corner. I don't know what the hell happened back there. It looks like this guy tried to wipe me out, but maybe he did not realize that the collisions are off. He went straight into that tree that was just off to the right side of that corner, and he got stuck. It wouldn't be surprising if he left the lobby after that, but anyways. But over that section that I was talking about, I tend to brake in two stages. I tap on the brakes to start braking, then I brake really hard as a separate movement. So I press the right trigger once to start braking, then I release the brake and I brake again really hard. Then I release the trigger and I start to modulate a little bit to control the amount of braking that I apply over that section. I find that to be I think the most efficient way to brake over that corner in particular. And we're gonna apply the same technique as we approach the bridge section that we're gonna go through in a couple minutes in this track. So we're up in third place. The second place is 20 seconds ahead of me. The 42-second gap is between me and the first place. And as you can see, I'm consistently gaining over these guys. And this is very telling of how good this car is. Now, in this section here, I need to brake quite a bit, otherwise I'm gonna go flying straight into the wall, and we're gonna that's gonna make our car come to a halt. And we managed to go through that just fine. And the second place managed to widen the gap by a little bit. And at this point, we might have maybe two minutes more of racing before the race is over. Now, this is another one of those corners where in most cars you need to tap on the brakes just a little bit, but in this car we can take flat out. It's ridiculous how good this car feels and actually is around the corners. It's not just a matter of actually feeling. Now, this is another the other corner that I said that I brake in stages, applying the same technique that I described for that other corner. I find that if you brake in stages rather than in just a single movement, it's actually more efficient, and you're able to stop your car much quicker than doing in a single move. The fourth place gave up on the race and just left the lobby. It's understandable, especially so after he went straight into that tree. I don't know why, I still couldn't figure that out. But it doesn't matter. So we're quickly approaching the end of the race. We're about to reach the beach section. And we're really close to the second place. I think an overtake at this point is within our reach. And yeah, we're gonna go for this overtake. He makes a little bit of a mistake back there, and obviously we're gonna capitalize because this is a really high speed section. And now we have a 31-second gap to the first place, and now the question remains, Will we be able to finish the race within the time limit, or we're gonna get a DNF like all of the other races, like most of the other races that we've done in these challenges so far? We still have a little bit over 10 seconds left to go, and I think we're gonna be able to finish the race within the time limit. Let's see. And yes, we we managed to finish the race with 5 seconds left before the timer ran out. So that was a really nice result. I did not expect this to go this way, especially so because these guys in front of me, they are really quick. And the guy in front of me, he was driving the Aventador, which is a really quick car in S2 and X class, like the one he was driving in. So this is, I think, the most intense race we've done in this challenge, and I know that I said the same about the BMW challenge that we did, but this one kind of topped that one out. But anyways, guys, I hope you had fun. I hope you are enjoying this type of challenges. I really enjoyed doing them. So if you did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Forza Horizon 3 content, share the video with your friends and on your social media. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate the help. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the description down below or at the beginning of the video. And I hope to see you guys on the next one.